have this conversation. But since they have the same base and they have the same like function out front, you can kind of just drop these guys off and be like x plus 2 equals 5. And then you can kind of solve from there. You would get x equals 3. Now, I like you people who are saying Desmos, because yes, you can do that. You set the left side and the right side, and you graph them, you see where they cross. Boom. All right, on this one, we would get x squared equals 9. And then we would take the square root, we would get x equals 3. And technically, you would also have -3 because you would square it, that would be okay. Wow. Okay, questions over that? Okay, cool. Y'all fantastic people. Too smart for your own good. All right, so go ahead and title this guy Solve Logarithmic Equations. But we're just going to kind of talk through this really quick. All right, ready? Okay, so the first thing we're going to do when we're solving these is we want to isolate the log part. So we would move that 2 to the other side by subtracting. That's what they did here. Then you're going to divide by that -9. And then you're going to do the circle of life to solve. Now that each side has e raised to the ln, you can drop this because they have the same base and then set the exponents equal to each other. So we're going to do the same thing on this one to the right. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to isolate the log. So we're going to subtract 3 from both sides. Equals -12. I can't write. And then we're going to divide by that -6 that's out front. Thank you. Okay, this is the part where people start doing weird things. Okay, we have log of x minus 8 equals 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the base of this guy, which is 10, and raise each side to that base, like that base, and make it on both sides. Not wording that right. Now, since they are the same right here, we're going to drop these bases and we can set the exponent equal to each other and then solve. Yeah, it's a little weird. Now, one thing that you have to do is you always have to check for extraneous solutions. So we got to take this guy and plug him back in and make sure he works. I'm gonna give you a second to finish writing that down. Okay, so this cancels and that gets rid of the log. And then we keep this 10 on this side. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. No. If we check this, we would take 108, we would plug that back in. Now, let me show you the shortcut way to do this. Yes, you can use Desmos because Desmos carries. Okay, now, if you did this by hand, though, you could. If you do 108 minus 8, that's going to give you 100. And then we have log of base 10 of 100. Okay, so what is that going to give you? 2. Okay, and so you have -6 times 2, and then 3 over here. That's positive 3. And we're trying to see if that's equal to -9. So -6 times 2 is going to give me -12. 3 minus 12 is -9. It is correct. So right here is the answer. One. You'll have to write the left one. Okay. Now, quadratics never go away, and they just make things a little bit more complicated. Just a little. So what's going to happen here is, since there's addition in between, we're going to use the multiplication, the product property, right? So then we're going to multiply those two things together. And then we're going to do the same thing that we did on the last one, where we took 4 and raised it on both sides, and then kind of go from there and solve. Then you have to check for extraneous solutions. Okay. So we're going to try that over here. We see that there's addition in between. So that means that we're going to multiply those two things together. It does say log 4. Now we're going to multiply these. So that's going to give us log of base 4 of x squared plus 16x. Okay, we're going to set both sides with that base of 4. Now on this one though, this is just going to drop that log of 4. Okay, everybody see it? So this will drop, this will go away, and we're left with x squared plus 16x equals 57. We're going to move that guy to the other side. Yeah, it's a mess. The entire log goes away. This time. Last time I lied. Now, can you think of two numbers that if you multiply them together, you get 57, but you add them together, you get 16, right? Yep.
You're a nerd.
Boom. Nerd. No, I'm just kidding. Love you long time. All right. So we are going to get x plus 19 and then x minus 3. When we solve, we'll have x equals negative 19 and x equals 3. The thing that's kind of tragic on this, though, is that you have to take fourth grade. Yeah, it's a weird day. You have to take these and you have to check them. Check for extraneous solutions. Okay, so you have to take both of these and plug them back into the original. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now that negative 19 will not work. The reason why is because when we plug this in, that'll give us negative 3, and you can't take a log of a negative number. Yes. So negative 19 is definitely going to be extraneous. Now, I can't, off the top of my head, I don't know if 3 would actually work, but if we plugged in 3 here, that would give us 19 here, and that would give us 3 here. Well, what's 19 times 3? Okay, so we know that works. But